Hi, I'm Lisa Shield. Welcome to Emotionally Naked Dating, finding true love with nothing to hide. Today I want to talk to you about one of the biggest issues I see in dating. One of the things that I think gets in more people's way without them even knowing it. And this is about committing 100% to the journey. So I talk to women all day long about dating and online dating and how tough it is. And I get it. It's not easy to be out there in the dating world today. It's really tough. But here's the thing, when I talk to women, and especially about online dating and the dating apps, they love to tell me how they just don't work for them, right? They work for other people, but not for them. And when I press a little harder and I say, well, how long have you actually been online? And how many actual, dates have you gone on? And many times women will say, well, I did one of those free Match.com weekends, or one woman that I was talking to the other day, she said that in the very early days of Match.com, which was for her 10 years ago, over 10 years ago, I think, she said she was on for a month and she wound up on going out on 2 dates with men. And then recently she had been on and off the apps over the course of a month. And that was her entire basis for telling me that these things didn't work. Well, I have news for you. If you are going to do this, you're going to have to put a little more effort and go out on a few more dates than that and really be willing to stick this thing through. So here's the thing. We all have reasons why we're single. There are plenty of reasons why you are not where you want to be. Dating is going to throw all of that stuff up. You are going to get challenged. And here's the thing. If you start and stop and start and stop, and every time it gets difficult, you just say, okay, I'm done. I'm not doing any more online dating. I'm going to meet them in person. I'm going to go to church and pray. I'm going to open up my energy. I'll go see a Reiki healer. I don't know. I've heard every story in the book, right? But if you keep going on and off, I'm in, I'm out, I'm in, I'm out, all you keep doing is setting yourself back to step one. Every time you throw up your hands, you get ghosted, some guy stands you up for a date and you say, this is bullshit, I'm out of here, I'm done. All you do is go back to square one. You have to be willing to stick this out. You've got to be willing to face those challenges and see them through, because it does get easier and easier. And here's the thing, all of your stuff is going to come up. When you date, it is going to come up, and you have to start to find a way to navigate through it. So I'm going to share that when I first started dating, I sat back and I took a good hard look at myself and I said, Lisa, you have never really committed 100% to almost anything you've done in your life. I could think of very few things where I had really gone in there and stuck it out and not given up when it got tough or when I got bored. I had a terrible habit of just throwing up my hands and throwing in the towel when I didn't get quick results. And that had been a pattern all my life. Now, some of you may or may not do that in other areas of your life, but I know that this was a chronic pattern for me. If I didn't get instant results, if I didn't get exactly what I wanted right away, I would get bored and I would just go on to the next thing. But this time, the stakes were too high. This time, what I was looking for was love. And you know what? I knew that if I didn't stick this through, if I didn't give it my all, if I started and stopped and stopped and started, I was never going to get anywhere. And the person that I would be selling out was me. And that was not going to happen, not in this area of my life. And so I made a commitment to myself that quitting was not an option. It was not an option. And if things weren't going well, if I met somebody and it crashed and burned, then I was getting right back out there. I got right back on the horse and I kept going. Every time I dated somebody for a short span of time, if it didn't work, I would take a week and then I got right back on. At that time, we didn't have apps. When I was dating online, we just had online dating sites. At the time, I was using JDate, which I'm Jewish and I wanted a Jewish man. And so that was the site I was on, but I got right back out there. Quitting was not an option. And I have to say, I went on 96 first dates. Now, don't freak out. I don't expect you to do that. I'm not telling you that you need to go on 96 first dates. But here's the deal. I hear over and over again from all my female clients how picky they are and how they want a man who's exceptional, who's on their level, who's in their league. They want a guy that makes a good living, who's kind, who's evolved, who's, I don't know, you fill in the blanks. But if you have high standards, then you damn well better be willing to go on a lot of dates in order to find that guy. You are not going to find an exceptional man going on and off the dating sites because you can't just find a good one. If you have high standards, then you have to be willing to stay out there until you meet him. And like I said a few minutes ago, every time you start and stop, you just keep sending yourself back to square one and you make it harder on yourself. You have to get your momentum back again. You have to get back out there. You've got to weed through more frogs or kiss more frogs, weed through weeds and whatever. But you've got to get back out there and start this thing all over again. I know in my heart of hearts that by staying out there, by not quitting was not an option, by staying out there and seeing this thing through to the end, I know I made it happen faster. And I know that I sent a message to the universe by sticking out there that I meant business. Because if you are spiritual and you believe that the universe is working on your behalf to help you attract the things you really want in your life, you will get them. But you have to take action at your end and be willing to do whatever it takes to show the universe and the powers that be that you mean business, that you are in it to win. Thanks, Randy. I stole that one from you. But that's the thing. People start and stop and they quit and then they have to start all over again, and that doesn't work. So if you really want this to happen, you've got to be willing to face the challenges. You can't stop every time it gets hard. You have to see that as a gift. So don't keep quitting every time a challenge comes up. Face it, get through it. Get to the other side. As you do this, it will start to gain momentum and you will get there. You will get there faster. You will send a message to the universe and the powers that be that you mean business. And you, before you know it, one day you will be sitting across from the guardian of your soul. I'm Lisa Shield. Thank you so much for watching, and please, if you have a moment, please click the link and watch my video. And I look forward to seeing you next time. This is Emotionally Naked Dating.